Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Tuesday. I feel like I need to fix my hair a little bit. I'm getting my hair cut next Monday, but it's starting to come out on the sides. I kind of like it a little bit longer. I just washed it last night. I kind of like it a little bit longer, but I guess it's not even really that long. Let's spike it up. I kind of like it a little bit longer. So I'm not sure if I should like get it cut real short for the summer. The storms are coming. I was afraid of that. Or maybe not. Or maybe it's just a plane. You never know in Indiana. Is it a plane or is it a thunderstorm? But I don't know if I should let my hair grow out. Like, not long, but like just a little bit longer, you know? You think I should let it grow out a little bit longer, or should I? I mean, I always wear a hat anyway, so does it really matter? But I kind of like it when it kind of like comes out, you know? Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Longer hair or short hair for summer? I always kind of get it cut really short in summer, you know? But anyway, let me know what you think. I just filled my bird feeders like 10 minutes ago. I just filled them. There was all these ducks out here when I came out here, and then they like ran away because they were all scared of me. But they're my friends and they're scared of me. But I put a bunch of like the squirrel and critter food on the ground for them. And then I filled the green feeder. It was the only one that I had to fill, but I sprinkled some food around there too so they can come and eat. So anyway, time and temperature check. First of all, it wasn't supposed to be as nice as it is today. It's humid and warm today, but it was supposed to actually be, I think, like 70. Or did I say yesterday it was going to be 77? For some reason, I thought it was going to be like 70 today, and it was supposed to thunderstorm all day today. It is currently 5:12 p.m., and the temperature is, let's see the temperature really quick. Oh, it's 73, and it says mostly cloudy, and it is supposed to rain. It says here between 6 and 7:15. Thunderstorms, it says. Thunderstorms likely around 5:30 p.m. I guess we'll find out. It's pretty clear. I mean, it's cloudy, but it's like sunny behind the clouds. It was supposed to possibly, like earlier today and late last night, said it was going to thunderstorm all night long. And I was really, really worried about it because Tanya and I talked forever last night. And she was like, do you want to go to the meeting tomorrow night and just kind of hang out and stuff? And I was like, yeah, that'd be so fun. So Alex is going to take me over there at, well, I'm going to get to Tanya's at 7. And then we're going to go to maybe Miriam's, which is like my favorite coffee place, to go get coffee. Or we're going to get a fountain pop or something. And then we're going to go to our meeting. Yeah, and then I don't know, stop at the grocery store or something. I don't really have anything to get at the grocery store. I'll explain to you in just a second. But I would love just to go and look around at like the summer stuff and whatever. So Tanya and I are going to hang out tonight. But she said to me, she's like, I can come and pick you up if Alex can't. Because I said, well, I can just Uber over to your house. And she's like, well, I can come pick you up. She's like, unless it's like pouring down rain. She doesn't love to drive in the rain at night. So I was like, no, Alex said because I went inside while I was talking to her and I was like, can you take me to Tanya's tomorrow, or do you have dinner? He's like, no, I don't have anything tomorrow night. So he's like, I can take you over there. So anyway, and I'm really excited because, okay, have I told you guys what I bought for Tanya? I think I might have because I know she doesn't watch the vlog. So when Caroline and I were at Sullivan's, I think it was the first time that we went, like a couple weeks ago, I got Tanya these, I've seen her between them, but I forgot to give them to her. I bought these 2 towels. So like Tanya's entire bathroom, like her downstairs bathroom, is all like boat themed. Tanya loves anything to do with the lake and with the boat, okay? She and her husband and her family, they go to Lake Norris, Tennessee all the time. We used to do this huge like 7-10 day trip with like, there was like 10 of us that were all sober, all of us friends together. No, that's thunder. That's thunderstorm. And I do love the sound of a thunderstorm in the summer. But not when it's going to keep me from seeing my Tanya Jean Applestein, prettiest girl I've ever seen. She said to me the other night, she said, you haven't sang that song to me in a while. And I go, what song is that, Tanya Jean? And she goes, that song. And I go, that really is her middle name, by the way. And I said, what song is that? And she goes, the Tanya Jean song. I go, Tanya Jean Applestein, prettiest girl I've ever seen. Anyway, she loves when I sing that. So anyway, Lake Norris, Tennessee, probably one of my favorite places I've ever been. We used to go down there in the summer and get a cabin. And it would be like, well, one summer it was like 5 of us and our partners. Alex went with us, I think, the last time that we went. which would have been like the second or third year we were together. That was like the last time we went. We didn't go every year. But Tanya keeps on going with like her family and stuff like that. So anyway, and then they have Tanya has a boat, like they have a speedboat and stuff like that they put in the lake here, or they put in the lake. Well, I think they have 2 boats now, because they took one to Lake Norris, Tennessee. So one of her family members has a cabin down there. So they took the boat for the summer down there, because they go to Lake Norris a lot. But then they also have a boat up here that they keep on like a local, like lake reservoir up here. So anyway, Tanya loves to boat. It's like her favorite thing in the entire world. Well, golfing. She loves to golf too. I don't know if I've ever shared that before. Tanya's like a huge golfer. She just loves and loves to ride the golf cart and golf. She's a good golfer too. And reading. So anyway, and laying out by the pool and going to the pool. She loves that. So anyway, I got her these towels, okay? Because I think I did share this, because there was this whole nautical area of Sullivan's. I had this mug in my hand the last time I was there that I wanted to get the first time. It has this big anchor on it. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Maybe I did share it then, because I was telling about the mug that I got from my mom for Mother's Day like years ago. Well, years ago, 50 years probably. I mean, literally probably 45 years ago or more than that, in Saugatuck, Michigan with my dad. It was my mom's. I got 2 of them. And they were my mom's like favorite coffee mugs always. And it had like a white sailboat and was blue on the back. I've used them a lot on videos. So anyway, they have this big, like, it was like a grayish mug and then had a blue anchor on it. And it kind of reminded me of those mugs. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to get another one. But I had it in my hand. I don't know. I put it down to look at something and then I walked away. Did you ever do that? Oh, drives me crazy. So anyway, so that was when I was with Caroline the last time. So if we go, so Caroline and I are doing Cousin Fun Day tomorrow. She's going to be here at 12:15. So if we go to Sullivan's tomorrow, I'll probably buy that mug tomorrow. But anyway, I think maybe it was when I was looking at remember I got the mug that has the insects on it? I've used it like every night. I love that mug. The corksicle mug. It was expensive. It was $39, which I even was like, that is outrageous for a mug. But I have used it literally every night. I washed it out the first night. I've used it every single night. I love it. So anyway, they have these towels. Like Tanya, like, you know, she'll have the towel that you use to like dry your hands off, but she loves like the towels that like you just hang over that like have little sayings on them. She's got all the boat sayings and stuff like that, you know. Who was I talking to the other day and said, who was I talking to? Because Nikki said she's got a bunch of them at her house. Who was I talking to? And I said, because the word they used was so funny. You know the pillows that say like motivational and inspirational quotes on them? Sometimes they're funny and whatever. Like Tanya's got them. But why do I feel like it was Tanya that said it to me? Because Tanya, maybe she doesn't have the pillows. Because maybe, I think it was Tanya. Who was I talking to? Because I told Nikki, and Nikki said, well, tell her I'm sending her one. Who was it that said it to me? She goes, I hate word pillows. Whoever said it to me said, I hate word pillows. And I go, what are word pillows? Who was it that I was talking to? Oh, I think it was Caroline. And she goes, you know, those pillows that always say stuff on them. She goes, I hate those pillows. I kind of like them. I do. I kind of like them. Anyway, I was telling Nikki that, and Nikki goes, oh, I've got them all over my house. She goes, who was it? Was it Caroline? I don't think it was Tanya, because Tanya's got word pillows. Have you ever heard them called word pillows before? I know when I say that, you guys will be like, yeah, Peter, that's what they were called. I've never heard them called that before. I think it was Caroline. Anyway, so Tanya has all this boat shit in her bathroom. I cussed. Boats and all kinds. It's nautical themed, okay? And so I got her these 2 towels, and one says something. I should have brought them out here. They're so cute. One says something like, they're not like towels that you'd actually use. I mean, you could, but they're just like saying towels, you know, word towels. One says something like, I like dogs and I like lakes, and I like dogs and lakes together, or something like that. And then the other one, I love it so much, because Tanya always talks about her lake hair, that she loves to get out of the lake and just like let her hair dry naturally. And it says lake hair, don't care on it. And it's like, it has this woman, you see her from the back, and she's got like this really curly hair, like Tanya's hair is real curly. And I was like, oh, this is perfect for Tanya. She's gonna love this. So I cannot wait to give them to her tonight. But yeah, so Tanya and I talked for a long time last night, and so I'm going over there tonight, and then we're going to run around and do stuff. But it feels like every time Tanya and I get together and do something, it always rains. And she just doesn't like to drive in the rain. So sometimes we if it starts pouring down rain, she might cancel. But it looks like it's supposed to stop by 6:30. And I'm not even supposed to leave here till like 6:45 to get there by 7. Tiny lives like 10 or 15 minutes from me. So, yeah, it should be fine. I'm kind of surprised Alex hasn't like texted that he's on his way home yet. He went in late to work today. He said he had a hard time sleeping last night, so maybe that's why he's staying over a little bit. We were texting earlier. He was asking me how my day was. How was my day? I'll tell you how my day was. My day went actually really well. Because whenever I have stuff going on in the evening, I like to get you guys know this. I like to get everything done before I leave, before I take a shower and everything like that, because then I can just enjoy my evening and then come home and just post my vlog. I like it all done. I just want it all, it's just ready to go. I want it all done. And I might tonight be able to have my vlog scheduled and ready to go so that, I mean, you know, unless I'll post it one time and I come home, but I might have time to schedule it. And if I do, last night somebody said they felt really, the comment was so funny because I was like, girl, I feel you. I don't even know what to do with that. I've asked so many times. When I ask like, what's a good time to post a vlog? People will be like, oh, I like early vlogs. Other people will be like, I like late vlogs. And I never know. Like, I'm like, I don't know when to post them. Hold on a second. So what was the comment? Let me see. I read the comment and I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. It was like one of the first comments on here. Hold on a second. Let me get into the comments. Okay. Because it was right as I posted it yesterday. Love the ducks, said Julie. Hey, Julie. Buttercup said the duck's walking away when he shows the camera. Exactly. Somebody said we're all invested in your ducks. Scott said, I love Christopher Pike books. I grew up reading them in the 90s. Oh, I was going to I'll bring out all the books I'm reading right now, which I think is currently 8. I've added like 4 books to the list. And I was going to tell you, last night I sat out here. We'll get to it in a second. But last night I sat out here and I read for like an hour and a half. Oh my God, it was so nice. And I started this new book last night. I don't know anything about it. I think last summer I wanted to read some more gay books. I don't really read a lot of gay books. When I was younger, well, here, let me read this comment first and I'll get into this. Lisa said, Peter, you've got to watch Ozark, one of the best shows ever. I know, everybody I know loves it. Alex loves it, Mel, Tanya, everybody loves it. Costa said, my house is the buffet. Peter, forget your bird cam channel. We need a split screen of your vlogs with half the screen. Oh, Alex just texted me, about to head home. See you soon, babe. Split screen of your vlogs with half the screen showing a live cam pointing at your front yard so we can in real time see what you see as you vlog. I do need to do that. I love that. Let me text him back really quick. Say, okay, babe. Vlogging. I should do that. Oh, Lisa said Donna was there. She was to the left behind the plant. I did not see her. And somebody said, I saw her. Donna is hanging out with all those guys. Oh, Donna. Oh, here it is. Alexa said Katie Holmes and Teaching Mrs. Tingle. Yes. So that's the book that's based on, I believe it is. Teaching Mrs. Tingle is based on, hold on a second. I had the American Deadly Marriage thing pulled up. Teaching Mrs. Tingle based on, isn't it based on the book? Doesn't say. Oh, Donna. I forgot that. Based on a book. Killing Mr. Griffin, I think. Yeah. Teaching Mrs. Tingle in a book-based context can involve, wait. The film adaptation, which was based on a novel, Killing Mr. Griffin by Lois Duncan, also provides a platform for exploring themes like fear, social dynamics, and the power control with a classroom setting. I can't imagine reading that in a classroom. I mean, it's kind of just well, I mean, it's very much like I Saw What You Did Last Summer. There's my neighbor coming home. She sent me a picture. So she texted me this picture of the pool. They started opening it today. I ran down there. So she sent it to me while I was filming my TV reaction to American Deadly Marriage. And so when I got done, I was like, who was texting me? And she was texting me. And so I like went down there and I did a major pool update and showed the pool. They're opening the pool already. So next week, oh my God, I cannot even believe it. Seems so surreal to say that the pool's gonna open next week. What was I gonna say though? Okay. T-Sen said, hi Peter, don't you think the long naps affect your nightly sleep? Just a thought from a friend. Yeah, I mean, I think I don't know. I mean, this is the thing. Let's just be honest. And no, I appreciate your comment. I think my sleep schedule is just so screwed at this point. I don't really know. I mean, here's the thing. Like last night, I laid down to take a nap and I couldn't fall asleep. It's weird, okay? Like, I am so excited at night now about listening to audiobooks and reading and watching my shows and lighting my candles and getting comfy, that it's almost like a kid before Christmas. Like, truly, just about that. Not truly brown, but truly. That joke will never get old to me. But I get so excited. And so I was laying there in bed next to Alex, and, you know, he was watching the show. He said he's in the almost done with the 4th season of The Good Wife. He loves it. So anyway, I said, do you think I'd like it? He goes, I don't know. Maybe not. That's what he said. So anyway, I couldn't lay down and take a nap. So, I don't know. It's so weird. Like, some nights I can take a 2 or 3 hour nap and I can go to bed just fine. Other nights I can take a 2 or 3 hour nap and I can't fall asleep at all when I go back to bed. Other nights I don't take a nap and I stay up and there's no rhyme or reason to it. I mean, do I think that in the grand scheme of things, it probably adds to my sleep? Yes, 100% you're correct. I think that my abstract, let's not call it not normal, let's call it my choosing to be different sleep schedule. It's my sleep schedule's screwed up. I totally know that. I own that all day long. But I don't know. I just get excited late at night watching shows and reading and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm sure my naps do. But this is the other thing I will say. Like, when I went to bed this morning, actually, I went to bed earlier this morning. I went to bed at like 5:30. I know, it's early for me. But Alex was already up, and he was like, I'm already up, blah, 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 whatever. And then I said, why are you up so early? And he was like, I don't know, I couldn't sleep. He said, I couldn't fall asleep last night, couldn't sleep. So I went in the bathroom, and I took my contacts out, and I washed my face and brushed my teeth and everything when I came back to bed. Then he went back to sleep. And then he woke up, and he went into work a little bit late today. So I don't know, like, but like when I go to sleep, like in the morning for the night, I get up like all the time. I get up like every hour. First of all, I am drinking right now so much water. I think that's part of it. I've been like, that's something I've started doing the last 2 weeks. I'm drinking so much water, like cheers to water. And I don't know, I think I'm just kind of like real in tune with it, with the kidney stone and stuff like that. And I'm just constantly thinking about it. I don't know, but I get up like every hour on the hour and have to go to the bathroom and stuff like that. So, this guy is like running. He turned around right in front of my house and just like looked at me, and then he like turned and walked the other way. That's me on a walk. When I've had it, I'm done. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure my long naps affect my sleep schedule some way. Let's see. And I just want to say this, like when you say just from a friend, I don't want anybody to ever feel like, I don't feel like I get any really rude comments over here. The other day, I kind of, I said something about me saying I couldn't care less versus I could care less, and then apparently I was reading the comments afterwards. I said a couple times, I feel bad for even saying anything about it now. It's just, people correct me on that, not just online, in my personal life. People correct me on that all the time. But I don't want anybody, like, if I said something about it, like, the person that left the comments all the time. I know that they're just being nice about it. I didn't mean anything anyway about it. It was just kind of me being, like, tongue-in-cheek with it. I go in and out of, like, it was funny because on that very next video, like 4 people corrected me on saying paella, which I'm probably not pronouncing correct right now either. But it's like people correct me all the time on how I speak, and the thing is I don't even, like, Tanya and I talk about it all the time. I invent words. I get words wrong all the time. Sometimes I have a Southern twang that I have no idea that comes from my mother, okay? When my mother was alive, she hated it. My mother did not like it. And it started young for me. I don't even know where I picked it up. Like, I don't know who affected me about it. I mean, there is a Southern accent in Indiana, but it's like Southern Indiana. You hear it sometimes around Indianapolis, but, like, I don't know where I picked it up. I don't know how I have it. But it was young. It was like 10 or 12. And my mom would be like people would notice it. They'd be like, Peter has a Southern accent. She'd be like, I don't know how. I mean, it's been something I've kind of had my whole life. But if I talk to people that have more of a Southern accent, and so then I say things like, you know, double negatives and, you know, what, and so I know that I talk funny. I don't take any, listen, you know, when I first started on YouTube and people would say stuff about the sound of my voice, I can't change that. You know, I can grammatically change how I say things, and I do know that. I don't take really any offense to that. I actually feel bad that I even addressed it on video, so I feel bad about that. I shouldn't have even said anything at all. When people correct me and say, like, I don't even want to say paella now because I don't know if I'm saying it right. People literally spelled it out like pie. I know they said pie. But anyway, so, you know, I don't know. Just trying to do my best. But, don't ever feel like when you send here, just a thought from my friend, don't ever feel like, I don't want people to feel like they can't, like, suggest things or whatever. That's like what I said with the kidney stones. Like, hey, listen, leave all the suggestions you want. I'm kind of, like, this is what I'll say, okay? Correcting how I speak and stuff like that, that doesn't bother me, okay? If people want to say things about how I sound, that doesn't bother me. The only thing that I really ever, like, even, like, diet suggestions and things like that, that doesn't bother me. I like that, actually, sometimes, because it helps. The only thing is when I'm going through, like, a medical issue at the time, it can feel overwhelming for me to get, like, a lot of suggestions. But I also know this, that anytime somebody is offering, you know, suggestions or help, it's all coming from a point of love. I totally understand that. Like, nobody's telling me, like, you should try this or you should do this from a point of nastiness. I totally, especially when people have left 100 comments on my videos. I know that, right? So, it's, all I'm saying is that, and just look at it from my point of view, okay? Like, if I'm going through something, you know, people talk about medical anxiety. I think I have it on some low level. I don't think I have tons of medical anxiety, but I have it, like, probably like the average person. I said this in a video not too long ago. It's like if I walked outside and there were 30 people standing out here, okay, let alone maybe 60 that comment on my video, and I said, well, I got some pain in my pelvis, what do you think? And 30 people tell me different opinions of what they think. Can you even imagine where your medical anxiety might go with that? So that's kind of what it's like. And I opened myself up to that by sharing on a video, which is why, and I love that one person agreed with me on this, which is why I said that going forward with medical stuff, I probably won't share stuff as I'm going through it. I'll probably share more of it as I have conclusive, you know, like, factual evidence of what's going on. I mean, I just think it's probably, I gotta safeguard myself against some of that, because it's, I don't ever feel like people are being, like, cruel or malicious or anything like that. I think people are just trying to help. It's just overwhelming to me sometimes. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. But no, I mean, like, don't ever feel like you have to say, as my friend, do you think it's a sleeping? I can tell you, Tanya Jean would say to me, not as, she wouldn't have to preface it by saying, as my friend, so T-Son, I don't want you to have to worry about that. She'd say, I mean, she takes naps too, but she'd say, well, you probably can't sleep because you took a 3-hour nap last night. And I'd be like, well, you're probably right. You know, but I mean, I know all that feeds into it. I mean, I don't know. My sleep schedule's just screwed up. I've never, like, in my life, I can't think back on my life ever, ever. Right? I mean, I can remember laying in bed in, like, junior high and, like, reading a book till 3 o'clock in the morning and not wanting to go to school the next day. You know, in high school, making outfits for my friends and taking it over to their house so they could wear it the next day, you know, and sewing outfits, and while I was watching Pretty in Pink and stuff. I can remember, I've never had a normal sleep schedule, ever. Like, I just haven't. And so, what probably seems abnormal to other people really seems normal to me. But I will say this. I think I talked about this not too long ago. It really fundamentally changed for me with the lockdown. It really did. You know, I think so many of us, like, you know how many people work from home now that didn't before the lockdown, right? All these birds are going to my finch feeder right now. But, you know, it's like, I have friends of mine that before the lockdown, they went into work every single day. And then offices closed and people started to work from home. And then people are like, oh, well, I guess we don't need people to come into the office every day. So, you know, I have numerous friends of mine that never go into the office. You know, they completely work from home. You know, Alex can be remote for half of what he does. I have other friends of mine that might go in one week and at home the other week and vice versa, or 2 days, things like that. So I think the lockdown changed so many things in our lifestyle and how we live. For me, one of the things that changed was my schedule, and it just kind of stuck. Because at that point, you know, Alex would take 2 naps a day, you know, do like, you know, we'd watch some movies or shows or whatever, and then he'd do Zoom calls with his girlfriends or whatever. I'd do a Zoom meeting and things like that. And then I'd like, you know, vlog from the driveway. But then I'd stay up late at night, and I can remember that's really when the naps late start. Like, it would be nothing for me to take a nap at like 1 o'clock, get up at 3 in the morning, and then stay up till 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't stay up that late anymore, but I can remember going to bed at 8 o'clock in the morning, if not later than that. And I would stay up and I would just like watch like 4 episodes of Schitt's Creek, or I would listen to audiobooks. I played Words with Friends. And I really think that that period of time, because my life today, in all reality, does not look a whole lot different than, doesn't look a whole lot different than during the lockdown for me. I mean, I don't leave the house, you know? I mean, unless like I'm going with Tanya tonight to a meeting, or I'm going with Caroline tomorrow, or lunch or brunch with Alex on Sundays. I don't really leave the house. So my life looks very similar to what it looked like during the lockdown, if that makes sense. And so I think I'm kind of stuck in that a little bit. The other thing is that I don't really ever start filming till like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. So whether I get up at 8 or whether I get up at noon is not going to change that. Like, I kind of wait to kind of get my day started, and I do a bunch of other stuff first. If I get up at 8 or 9, which I don't even know the last time I did that unless I slept through the night, then my morning is spent rearranging a bookshelf that really doesn't need rearranged, or rearranging a desk, or rewashing comforters from Christmas. I mean, I just find myself, when I could film earlier, and I have some days, but I don't typically do that. I don't know. And what's weird about it is I actually do really have pretty good time management. I make lists. Like today, I was like, okay, you got to be done vlogging by 6:15 so you can get your vlog up and render it and then upload it while you're gone. Get in the shower and you can be out of the house by 6:45, be at Tanya's by 7. Well, I mean, it's currently 5:38. I'm on track for that. And I already have 3 videos, 2 that are scheduled to be posted and 1 that's already up. So, I mean, I got more videos done today than I thought I was going to. I thought I was just going to do my TV reaction video today. I didn't know I was going to do a drama video. And I actually, when I got back, I had enough time. That's why I was like feeding the birds and doing stuff around the house. I was going to do a review video and a Peterisms video. I was like, no, just stop, you know? So my time management is good. I am most highly functional from like midnight to like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like up. I am like awake. You know, so the thunder rolls. So I don't take any offense to people questioning my sleep schedule. I know that my sleep schedule looks completely bizarre to other people. I'm fully aware of that. To me, it doesn't look bizarre, but I know to other people it does. Not just online, but in my personal life too. People are like, what time? I mean, when we meet new people and they'll say something about like my naps, I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, I'll say it to people. Like when we're out to dinner, I'll be like, I take a nap at like 10 o'clock at night. They're like, that's when I go to bed. I go, oh, yeah, that's my nap time. 10 to 11:30 or 12. And then I get up and I watch all my shows. So they're like, every night? I'm like, yeah, every night. If they're like, every night, I'm like, yeah, I love it. Alex is like, he loves it. And you know, and people also, they're like, does Alex care? And I'm like, Alex is asleep or watching shows, okay? I don't know why Alex would care when he's asleep upstairs. And I'll make 2 things about this. That why Alex would care when he's asleep upstairs, what I'm doing down here, like, he's asleep. And he would tell you that. He'd say, I'm asleep. I don't care if Peter's up watching shows or reading. And then he gets up and he goes to work. So whatever time I get done or get up and start making my videos, by the time that he gets home or an hour, I mean, I usually, like, he gets home and then I just, like, give him an hour to rest and whatever. Like, I'm usually done by like an hour after he's gotten home, you know? So our schedules work together. The other thing is this. I can remember my mom saying to me that like when she wanted to be with somebody, that she was like, I want to be in a relationship again, but I don't want anybody like saying, oh, I think we should go to bed now, or let's go to bed, or whatever. She's like, I don't ever, oh, here comes the geese. Well, hi, Gertrude. Where's Alice? Oh, there she is. Hi, Alice. It's just the 2 geese. I've never seen more than 2 geese, but I've seen like, well, yesterday, oh my God, I have to show you guys this. Yesterday, there were like, did I guys show you guys this? Hold on a second. Did I even get to the original Instagram I was going to show you? There were like, oh, there's Betty and Bean. I love them so much. Is that the only one I have on there? No, it couldn't have been. Hold on. Why is that? I was trying to show you guys this, and we currently have 5 ducks eating in our front yard. It's a buffet. But my mom would say, like, I would love to be in a relationship with again, but she's like, and she wanted a companion. Oh, there was a squirrel. Oh my God, I haven't seen a squirrel in here forever. And the squirrel's going up the tree. What are you doing? Let's see if it's going to go to the birdhouse. Oh, it is. Oh my God. Oh, look, it's in the birdhouse. Thumbelina? Don't rock the house. The roof. The roof. Thumbelina? I have not seen a squirrel up there. Look at that. He is wrecking that thing. What are you doing? Oh. Oh, wait. I'm like over there somewhere. Look at that squirrel in there. I wanted a squirrel so bad, so I don't even care. I don't think you can tear that thing down. There's like a big metal hook. Do you see it's hanging from? He is like inside that house. You need to go around to the other side and see the tree up there. You can get that. You can have that whole thing over there. It's all for you. How sweet is that? He's like inside that little wooden house. I have not seen a squirrel unless they just don't want to see me. But then look down below. There's Gertrude and Alice. Okay. Okay. So, my mom would say, like, I don't want to be in a relationship again where my husband's like, okay, like, I think it's time to go to bed. And I didn't know, really, like, I don't think my dad was like that with my mom, but I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I mean, they got divorced so young, you know, or when I was young. And so, the little squirrel is so cute. But I have had, oh, he's going to go over to the green one now. Don't you tear through that green one. You can have all you want out of that wooden house. He's like in there going like this. I put squirrel food on the ground for you. Oh, he just went. Oh, there's my neighbor. She's running the geese off. Why are you running Gertrude and Alice off? She's running them off. But I have had so many friends. Oh, she's showing like the goose poop. I forgot about that. Oh, so anyway, because her dog eats the goose poop.
They leave big old poops all over the place.
So does your dog.
Yes, but I pick those up.
I beg to differ if you like to go to the backyard.
Well, I haven't done it yet.
Yet meaning this year? Or yet meaning this month? This month, okay. Hi, Mooka.
I like the ducks, though. The ducks are cute.
The ducks are cute. There's a squirrel in the tree. You scared him. He was in the wooden... Can you go over to that wooden feeder and see how much is left in there?
The one in this one?
Yes.
Still kind of a lot.
Okay, so you sent me the picture when I was filming the video. I immediately... She's doing really good.
Yeah, you say that and then...
No, she is doing good. I immediately ran down to the pool and did a video. Oh, look at that. Oh, she did a trick. She went underneath her legs and she sat down.
Why do you stay there, though?
People are asking for you to do videos with me.
I would love to.
Okay.
You know, I'm trying to do that myself.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
We also got to pick a show. Have you seen Ozark?
Yes. And I would watch it again.
Oh, well, no, we got to pick a show that we haven't watched together to binge watch this summer.
Okay.
My friend said to me last night, she goes, I already see how this is going. She goes, you're going to start watching shows with your neighbor, go in the pool with her, I'm not going to hear from you. And I was like...
Yeah, please. Well, she can join us.
And we ordered our books, got the books coming.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. And the pool is opening. It's going to be open
I
next week.
know. It's so close. It's like less than 3 weeks away.
2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. And that's...
Because it's the end of the May, right?
It's the 26th, is Memorial Day weekend, so it's like early this year. What is in your fanny pack?
Treats.
Oh.
Treats and poop bags.
Did you have to go down to Grandma's and trim her toenails today?
No, I haven't been over there. God,
You better-
For like 2 weeks, she was just like...
You better be a good granddaughter.
What?
You better be a good granddaughter.
I think I've put in the time.
Well, she won't be calling us in this year because our walkways are going to look good. Yours already does.
Oh, God. I still have to... I gotta get you that guy's name.
Yeah, I need to call him.
It's either Donnie or David.
No.
Oh, sorry.
She don't know. It's probably Julius. She don't know.
And his number is...
And his number is... See, you get excited, then she gets excited.
That's so true. Okay, I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Where's your... Oh, is that your weighted vest? You don't have your weighted vest yet.
No, it's coming. It should be here tomorrow.
Okay.
Hopefully.
All right. Have fun.
Bye.
Bye. My neighbors are waving to each other. She's waving to the woman driving by. But anyway, after my mom said that to me, I can remember later, like, I would talk to friends of mine, like, in recovery. Like, we would go home from a meeting, and they'd be like, oh, I got to get home. And I'd be like, you got to get home. And she'd be like, yeah, I told my husband I'd be home for, like, 9:30. And, you know, he wants me to go to bed at, like, 10. I'm like, I had literal friends of mine that had gotten, like, divorces and broken up and stuff. And their husband, like, they would watch a show, and, like, their husband would get up and turn the TV off and be like, time for bed. Oh, no, baby. No, I don't do that to my husband, and he doesn't do that to me. I'll be like, are you going to watch a couple more episodes? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to take a nap or whatever. He's like, okay. Or we watch shows together. Yeah, I think one of, like, the weirdest things to me, in all honesty, I think one of the weirdest things to me is when people, like, criticize the fact that my husband goes and does things without me. I think it's so weird. I would love to see, the people that take issue with it, I would love to see their marriages, and the health of their marriages, because, first of all, I wouldn't want to be with my husband 24 hours a day. I love my husband, just like I wouldn't want to spend 24 hours a day with my best friend. I love my husband. I love our romantical times. I love our funny times together. I love traveling with my husband. I love brunches with him. I love checking in and catching up with him. I don't want to be with my husband 24 hours a day. I love him, okay? And I know he feels the same way about me. He needs to have his times to go do things with his girlfriends. And I need my time to go do things with Tanya Jean and Caroline and read my books and whatever. And I am definitely more of a homebody than him. Like, he's not somebody that's going to sit out here for 2 hours and listen to an audiobook or read, right? But I am. And so when he goes out to dinner with his girlfriend, sometimes I'm like, oh, thank God I got the house to myself for the evening, you know? What's weird is, like, when I've talked to Caroline about it, like, Mike stays home every single night of the week. He doesn't even like they're going to this, you know, cruise in Alaska for their anniversary this year. And she's like, I was like, is Mike excited? And she's like, he likes to take 2 trips a year. She's like, he likes to do Florida and he likes to do Michigan in the summer, but they're not doing either one of those this year. And so she's like, you know, whatever. And, like, Caroline, if Alex goes out to dinner, Caroline probably goes out to dinner, like, twice as much as he does a week. I mean, like, every day I talk to her, she'll be like, oh, I'm having dinner with my high school friends tonight, or oh, I'm having dinner with this women's group, or me and so-and-so, her best friends getting together for dinner, or I'm going over to so-and-so's house for drinks. Mike never goes. Never goes. 30 years, they're still doing okay, you know, and I can tell you they're in a very loving relationship, because I've witnessed it, I hear it from her, I hear it from him. And so I think it's such a weird criticism when people say that. You know, I can remember when I got sober in that first relationship that I got out of, and I can remember talking to my therapist. This was 30 years ago, you know? Probably 30 years ago. Well, no, because we would have broken up by now. But this was the first guy that I got when I got out of treatment that we started dating. And I can remember talking about, oh my God, and he lived in Champaign at the time. He ended up moving to Chicago, Champaign-Urbana in Illinois. And I can remember being like, oh my God, we're so alike, we're so enmeshed, like, you know, when we're together, we must spend every minute together. And I said, don't you think that's great? And my therapist was like, no, I don't think that's great at all. And I was like, what? And he's like, I think that a healthy relationship is when you have 2 independent lives and 2 independent interests, and they overlap in the middle, and you share this part. You share family, you share some recreational ideas, you share your own ideas, but you have your own independent lives. And I've remembered that for 30 years, and I can tell you, My first relationship sober, we were completely enmeshed. We did like everything together. Didn't last. My second relationship, I mean, if we were enmeshed in my first relationship, my second relationship was completely enmeshed. I loved him. He is a great guy. But I can remember like being at Tanya's for like a half an hour and he would call and be like, are you coming home? Like, when are you coming home? And like never wanted to be by himself. We did everything together, everything on the weekends we always did together. And we had a lot of fun. Right? But we talked about it later, like neither one of us felt like we could breathe at all, you know? So I always think it's such kind of a strange criticism. And that's not to say that like I don't love doing stuff with my husband. I mean, when we travel, we spend pretty much the entire time that we're traveling together. Dinners, naps, you know, I'll come in and tell him when I'm reading, we'll watch shows together. I mean, I love doing that, you know? And, but I also don't need to be at my husband's ass 24 hours a day. I don't even know why. Like, it's so weird to me when people are like, well, Alex is out with his girlfriends again. We've been together 17 years. My husband and I have been, I think people forget that sometimes, right? Like, instead of like celebrating the fact that a gay couple has stayed together for 17 years, okay, been married, it'll be 14 years in August that we've been married. We got married in 2011. We've been married for 14 years, you know, and together 17 years. That instead of celebrating the longevity of a marriage, that we want to criticize a 17-year-old marriage, you know, and at 17 years, I hope my husband's going out to dinner with his girlfriends, okay? Because 17 years of every day with my husband would have driven me crazy. It would have absolutely driven me crazy. And you know what's further more interesting about that is like tonight we're going to a meeting. So of course I wouldn't ask, you know, Alex to come to the meeting tonight. It's a closed meeting. He can't come anyway. But like if Tanya and I were going to go just run to Meijer, I'll say to Alex, like, I'm going to run to Meijer with Tanya. Do you want to go? And he'll say no. And I'll be like, okay. But in all honesty, I don't really want him to come. I want to run to Meijer with my good Judy. I want to be with her and joke and tell stories that he doesn't care about. And when he's with his girlfriends, I'm sure he does the same thing. He invites me. But no, I want him to have a good time with his friends. I don't know why that's such a weird concept to people. Try it. You might have healthier relationships and you won't have to spend so much time coming for somebody that already has one. I'm just saying, okay? Because maybe if you were in healthier relationships, you wouldn't be spending so much time criticizing mine. Because we're good. We're good, baby. We're good spending we've been together 17 years. We're not going nowhere. You know? We're not going anywhere. People have been saying we're going to break up for years. You know? They're going to break up over this or they're going to break up over that. We're still together. We're not going nowhere. Instead of maybe like criticizing it, maybe looking at it as a model for success. I don't know, just a perspective change, you know? Anyway, but I do remember my mom saying that. And she's like, I don't want to be with somebody that like, I don't know. She's like, she loved being independent. She really wanted to she would say to me, like, I think I've shared this before. She would say, I would love to have one of my girlfriends move in here and just have like 2 twin beds in the bedroom, you know? And she's like, but then people would think that we're lesbians. And there's nothing wrong with that. She goes, but I'm not a lesbian. Basically what my mom was saying is, that squirrel, okay, you guys, it is madness right now. I have to show you this, okay? Well, you can't, he just moved. But the squirrel is like looking at the geese. Now he's back in the wood feeder. But the geese are down there. The birds are flying around. They don't want to go because the squirrel's up there. You can't, you see him? Okay. He was just on that branch right there, and he was looking down at Gertrude and Alice because they're probably eating his squirrel food right now. But if he went down there, they would probably, look, and there's a bird. See that blackbird? There's a bunch of blackbirds like that. I don't know if they're called blackbirds or what they are. People have been telling me, a couple people have reached out to me and said I need to get that Merlin app or whatever it's called to identify the bird species. I think I probably should. Anyway, I can see that I'm going to have to refill the bird feeders again. What was I going to say, though? I was going to say something else about my mom. Tomorrow is my mom's death anniversary. You know what's weird? I was actually thinking about doing a video about it. But I don't know. I might. We'll see. I always remember my mom's death anniversary. Like, Alex has all, like, my mom's, my aunts, my uncles, everybody's death anniversary. And they're always, like, you know, send text to Caroline at the time and stuff like that. I remember when I was working in, oh, this is what my mom was going to say. She'd say, I would love to move one of my girlfriends in. We could just watch movies together, go out to dinner, one of her single girlfriends, you know, and be like companions. And she's like, but then people would think that we were lesbians, which is fine. She's like, but I'm not a lesbian, which basically my mom was saying was, I don't want anybody thinking I'm a lesbian. I mean, she had friends that were lesbians, but she just don't want anybody, you know, she wanted to make it straight, okay, like what she was. I think it's so funny. I mean, you're talking like, you know, 1995 when we probably had that conversation. But anyway, so the death anniversary thing is interesting because, where am I at on time? I want to make sure I don't go over. Okay. Because I do want to talk about what I did last night and stuff. So I used to work with this woman, and like she would always take off like the death anniversary of her mother. I thought it was real nice when she, like, and I hadn't lost my mom at this point. And like, so she would always take off the death anniversary of her mother, and then she would, like, they would go and, like, do the gravesite and do, like, a picnic and stuff like that. I thought about doing that tomorrow with Caroline and going to the gravesite, taking some flowers and stuff like that. This is the thing about the gravesite. When my mom passed away, you know, when we had the last conversation, she said to me, do not get attached to my body. I am just a bag of soul. I am not that body. Once I am gone, I am not that body anymore. That was so helpful for me when my mom passed, because I truly felt that, and somebody said to me, and I know this is such a trite kind of cliched statement, but somebody said her last breath on earth was her first breath in heaven. I don't know why that helped me so much, but when my mom said that to me, and my mom, when she passed, I had this, she just was gone. I just knew it. Like, everything that had been my mom was gone. And I really truly felt like her spirit leave. I did not feel connected to her body after that. And I've never really had any kind of spiritual connection to her gravesite. She told me that. She said, I don't, you know, and my mom never really visited gravesites. I mean, I don't remember us ever visiting my grandma's gravesite, you know, maybe once or something like that. My mom hated the cemetery that my grandma was buried at. That was the one thing she had in her will. Do not bury me at this cemetery where my grandma was at. And then my mom's dad is buried like in a city outside of here. The Caroline I talked about, this little squirrel is so funny. He is like going on this wooden thing, and then they're looking up at him, and he's like looking down at them. I mean, it's literally nature on this tree. There's birds flying all around. The geese are down there. My neighbor's gonna come back from her walk, and she's gonna chase these geese off. Oh, they just heard something because I got scared. Anyway, I don't know. I just don't, like, I don't have any kind of spiritual connection to the gravesite whatsoever, which is weird because when am I really, here she comes. I just said, I knew when you came back over you were going to get rid of him. I think y'all should be friendly with each other.
No.
I can't even see you yet, but I can hear you. Oh. She's just walking into my driveway and they went crazy. They're gonna bite you. They are gonna bite her. They're gonna bite you. Listen, if I have to call an Uber to take you to the urgent care because you got bit by a goose.
Are you talking to me?
Well, who else would I be talking to?
Your camera.
I'm talking to you.
I can't hear you.
Because you're out of breath from chasing after those geese.
I don't run like that.
How was your walk? Short?
We're still going.
Oh, because you're training her right now.
Red-winged blackbird.
How do you know?
It's kind of cool.
She said red-winged blackbird. She just went like this and she did a little dance.
Bye.
Bye. I love my neighborhood. So her dog she's doing really good with her training, by the way. Her dog is like half pit and half something else, and she's got like black and white spots. That's why she's like, her nickname's Mooka, but it's like Moo Cow, but with no W, like Mooka. Anyway, cute, isn't it cute? So, oh, you didn't see it. You didn't see. I think I've shown it before. Anyway, so what video should we do? Since you guys want me to do videos with my neighbors, what video should we do? What was I gonna say? Oh, this coworker of mine, she used to do she'd take off her mom's death anniversary. And I think her mom's birthday too. I feel like they were kind of close together or something. But on her death anniversary, they would go like the cemetery and take flowers and whatever. And they'd do like a lunch and like make all of her mom's favorite foods and stuff like that. I don't know if it was around that time or if I'd already seen it. I think it was around that time. But Oprah had done this, I've talked about this before. She'd done this aha moments thing. She used to have these aha moments. She like, in her 35th anniversary collection that I bought the DVDs for my mom, she had a whole DVD that was all about her aha moments. And one of her aha moments was this woman that Dr. Phil had on there. And her daughter had been murdered when she was 18. 16, I think 18, 16, 18. And ever since her daughter had been murdered, which was like 10 years before, she kept her room exactly the same. And he asked her, he said, I've shared this story so many times on here, and he asked her, he said, would your daughter be happy with you? And he said, oh no, she'd be very, very upset with me. My husband's home, I can hear him. He's smiling. She said, no, she'd be very, very upset with me. And he said, you continue to celebrate and live over the one day that she died. And he goes, could you maybe, instead of celebrating the day that she died, celebrate the one day that she died, instead celebrate the 18 years that she lived? And she looked at him, you could tell, she goes, I never thought of it that way. Oh, she goes, I never thought of it that way. She said, you can find this clip probably on YouTube. She said, and she had, her intention had been to come on the show and tell her story about her daughter and then go home and take her life. And she said that. And she said, you know, I thought I was going to come on here and I was going to tell my story and then I was going to go home and there was no point for me to continue to live because I was so focused on her death. But now I can live. And she said, my daughter would be so happy for me. And he goes, she could celebrate her life. I don't know what it was about that. And listen, and I don't take any issue with people that celebrate the death dates of their parents and loved ones and stuff like that. I totally understand it. I think it's a commemorative day, you know, for a lot of people. For me, I probably celebrate my mom's birthday more or think more about my mom's birthday than I do about her death date. And even her birthday, I don't really think much about. Like, I'll think about, like, oh, my mom, it's her birthday, you know. But early on, I think I did think more about, like, the death date and her birthday and stuff like that. But I never really did anything on it. I was thinking, for some reason this year, and it's weird, this year, I thought, well, now I can't do that video because that was everything I was going to share if I did the video. But this year, I've thought a lot about it. Interestingly enough, I mean, it's 17 years. It's a random year, you know. It seems like a really, really long, I mean, it has been a really long time since my mom's been here. And this one squirrel is so funny. If there were like 5 squirrels up there, we'd be in trouble. I'm glad that I moved the wooden box so that he doesn't have to jump on it. Because if he had to jump on it, it would be bad. But he can, like, he's got like his hind legs on the branch and he's like inside like this eating it. I think I'm thinking about it a lot because, you know, when my mom passed away, that Mariah Carey song came out, Bye Bye. Do you know that song? And the one lyric, I would just listen to it and I'd just like bawl my eyes out. Me and my friend whose mom passed away the year before I did. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So her mom is buried like 10 feet in front of my mom. And then a friend of ours that passed from an overdose is buried like in the same area. So like our moms and then him are all in the same area. Bye Bye lyrics. No, that's NSYNC. Mariah Carey. Love and mothers. You know that song? This is for my people who just lost somebody. Your best friend, your baby, your man or your lady. Put your hands way up high. We will never say bye bye, bye bye. You remember that song? Oh my God, I love that song so much. Anyway, the lyrics that go, you never got a chance to see how good I've done, and you never got to see me back at #1. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here to celebrate together. I wish that we could spend the holidays together. I remember when you used to tuck me in at night with a teddy bear you used to give me that I held so tight. But that part about celebrating, you know, it's hard for me because, like, Alex has never met my mom, you know? I was showing my mother-in-law pictures about my mom. She's seen pictures before, but she was like, she was so beautiful. You know, she's like, I wish I would have met her. My mom and her would have loved each other. But, like, so many things that my mom didn't get to experience in my life, you know? So many just huge, cool things that happened in my life, people that I've known that I got, you know? And so, for me, it's almost kind of looking back at the last 17 years, which is also crazy because, I mean, I quit working in treatment before my mom passed away. So it's been over 17 years since I worked in treatment, you know? I was saying this the other day. Oh, he just went to the ground. Now he's eating on the food on the ground. Well, hi, honey. What are you doing? He's like this around the corner looking at me. I put all that food down there for you. That was me. I cooked it. I cooked it for you. It's weird to think that, and there was a bird in the bird feeder that he was in. I've almost been on YouTube as long as I worked in treatment, which I thought I would be there forever, you know? But I didn't. I resigned and moved on, and it's crazy. So, it's also crazy to think that, like, not one person that I worked with back then. I mean, I thought we would all work there together forever. Not one person. I think there might be one person that I still know that works there, but, like, I mean, and I'm not just talking about, like, in my department or on my team. I'm talking about in the whole hospital. Like, nobody works there anymore that I know. They've all gone on to do other things, which is crazy. Like, one of my friends that I worked with for a really long time, she's a hairstylist and owns her own salon here in Indianapolis. She went and did something completely different. Most of the people that I knew, I guess I did too, but most people that I know, they still do other things. But, you know, it's so many things that have happened in 17 years, so many trips I've taken, places I've been, people I've met. You know, and the reality is, it's weird. Like, there's not really that many people around anymore that knew my mom. My mom's friend Susie, my dad, my stepmom, Caroline, obviously, and Mike and David. Like my one neighbor, but I mean, we don't really ever talk about my mom. You know, there's not really that many people around anymore that I'm close with, that I know my mom, that, you know, that knew my mom at all. It's hard, you know? So, I don't know, like, I don't know, maybe I'd look at it in a different way if somebody could kind of explain to me their point of view of it, as why they celebrate the death date. I think also, like, my mom would have been somebody that would say, like, I think if I said to her, what date do you want me to celebrate? I don't think she would say her birthday or, and this is where I go with the memory, right? I think my mom would say, I don't want you to celebrate a birth date or a death date. I want you to pick a date that means something to you and I. Something that is special to you and I. Like, that's who my mom was as a person. It's why, I mean, everybody's got to do what works for them, right? But I think that my mom would say, pick just some random day that, like, that day meant something to you, you know, like, or some time. You know, Christmas in Gatlinburg, like, that was such a special time for my mom and I. And so, I think she would say that, you know? I don't know. It's weird this year. I've been thinking about it actually a little bit more. But I think it's also because so much has changed, you know, in the last 17 years. I mean, my life is completely different. First of all, I've got white hair and a beard. You know, I always say this to people, like, my mom would always touch my cheeks, and she'd be like, oh, she's like, you look like you did when you were younger and stuff. I probably wouldn't have a beard if my mom was still alive. I think it kind of would have freaked my mom out a little bit. I mean, not at 53, probably, but, like, I don't know. It's like, I always was fresh shaven when I can remember, like, if I saw my mom, I'd always, like, shave my face and stuff like that, because she liked my face shaved, really, you know, clean and nice. And so, she gave the best hugs, and she always smelled so good. But I probably wouldn't have a beard, you know? I don't know. I think I would have grown my hair out white, though. My mom would have been the same way as my dad did. My mom always wanted to grow her hair out white. She would always say that, you know? And she'd say, but don't you think it ages me so much? And we would have that conversation. And, yeah, it's kind of weird, though. I think it's been so long. So last night, when I got done vlogging, when I was waiting for my vlog to get up, I sat out here and I read, okay, I've added all these books. One of the books I'm reading was it's a French book that was translated by, it's a gay book, and it was translated by, you know what, I never went and looked at this comment. Okay, we're gonna finish full circle moment. Hold on a second, I gotta find this comment. Thunder don't come. The thunder should not roll. Oh, here it is. Okay, Amani said, I have such a love-hate relationship with early vlogs. I was like, girl, I feel you with this. I love getting to watch a video when I clean up at night, but I hate I don't have a new video when I usually watch in the mornings. But I admittedly will watch this tonight and then just watch it again tomorrow morning, the perfect solution. And somebody said I often fall asleep listening and then actually watch it in the morning. Somebody said I do the same thing. And Amani said, Cynthia said that, and Jane said Jane Doe. Jane Doe. And then Cynthia said, I do the same thing. And then Amani said, me too. Okay, I am willing to post. Last night, I'll be honest with you, it was so beautiful outside. I was just like, I just want to close the computer and be done with it for the night. So when the vlog was done, I just posted it. I just was like, I was even thinking about, because sometimes you can schedule videos to like, I mean, you can schedule them for a year from now if you want to post it. So I was like, should I schedule it for like 10? I can schedule it for whatever time. Unless it's a night where it's taking me like a really long time to get it uploaded. Like tonight, I'll probably post it when I get home from me with Tanya because, I mean, I went a little bit longer than I thought I would. So I don't know that... Truck sounds so loud. The black pickup truck. I don't know that I will upload it on my phone and stuff like that. I'll probably just let it upload, and then when I get back from being with Tanya, so it'll probably be up around 10ish or something like that tonight. I can post them whenever you guys want me to. I mean, like, as long as I get them uploaded. If you say like 8 is the perfect time. 8's kind of early, but like if you say like 9:30, I usually try to aim at like 9:30 or 10. But let me, like Eastern time. So let me know what works best for you. Amani, when you wrote that comment, I was like, I feel you. Because I don't know when to post them. I was like, I know. And the camera stopped. Am I at an hour already? And I was like, and I know that there are going to be some people out there that are going to be like, oh my God, this is so early. What am I going to fall asleep to? And there's going to be other people that are going to be like, oh, I love that it's early. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, so last night, okay, I read out here for a long time, like an hour and a half. Then, when I got up, well, no, I couldn't take a nap. Oh, this is what happened. So I lay down to take a nap, couldn't fall asleep. So Alex was watching a show, so I got up, and he's like, you can't sleep again? And I was like, no, I can't take a nap. So I was like, I'm gonna take a long shower, do my lotions, all this kind of stuff. I bought all this native, the mint cucumber. Okay, I'm learning to love it. I got the whole body deodorant. I like that. I don't know that I love the scent. But now that I've spent $60 on the shampoo, conditioner, lotion, shower gel, lotion, and body spray, probably more than $60, I'm like, okay, you're going to use this. I thought it was a really summery scent, so I bought it from like the Native website. Anyway, so I lit a candle in the bathroom last night, the sleepy candle from Lush that's almost like gone. And then did all that and listened to music while Alex was watching his show. And then I put my pajamas on and then I came out here and I was listening to my audiobook. So I was listening to the second Ashley Flowers book. Okay, I just want to say this, first of all. It was actually the first Ashley Flowers book. It's called, by the way, can you just say that if I finish one more book, I'm exactly at where I was, how many books I read last year for the whole year. Okay, I'm at currently 46 out of 112 books. So the book I finished was called, so I read them out of order. There's no order to them, but All Good People Here, which was Ashley Flowers from the Crime Junkie podcast. The battery went to the halfway mark. So when I was telling Nikki and Tanya about it last night, I was like, I really liked this book when it started. Now it is literally the JonBenet Ramsey case, just characterized. Did anybody else get that from this book? I mean, it was literally the JonBenet Ramsey case. They just like changed how the mother died. They changed the daughter, JonBenet Ramsey, from being a pageant girl to a dancer. I mean, it was literally, there's even a brother. He's a twin though. I mean, it's very, and they think the brother did it. But anyway, the more, I was like, I'm finishing this book tonight. I'm going to finish this book tonight. So I did puzzles last night. Nikki was watching something on TV, so she didn't want to do puzzles. So I did all these puzzles last night and listened to it, and I finished it last night. I couldn't believe it. I liked it. I ended up liking it. I wouldn't say, I liked the second one better. Her second one was much better than the first. But then I was like, did she base the second one on another true crime story? Like, I didn't understand. I mean, I know she's a true crime junkie, but I didn't understand, did she, like, because the first one, which is the second one I read, is completely based on the JonBenet Ramsey case. It just takes place in northern Indiana. She changes a bunch of details, and it's not the JonBenet Ramsey case. But you can tell the family is based on that. And so I was like, is the second one the same way? But I just didn't know that because I don't know that case. I don't know. I like the second one better, though. But the first one I liked, too. And now I'm listening to Hidden Pictures. So at that point, I was like, okay, I've got to relax. It was like 3:30 in the morning. I was like, I've got to relax. So I wanted to watch something. So I'm like, what am I going to watch? Like Hacks, Last of Us. I didn't feel like watching those. So I mentioned on here, or I found it on here, the documentary on Prime called The Jasper Mall. I'm going to do a whole reaction to it, so I don't want to talk too much about it. And people were like, oh, Peter, the Jasper Mall documentary is so good. Okay, so I watched it last night. Now, y'all know I like to watch thrillers that make me feel cozy in bed at night. The Jasper Mall is about this mall in this small town in Arkansas that used to have anchor stores of JCPenney's and Kmart, but they're now gone, okay? And so it's basically like a year in the life of this dying mall, and these elderly mall walkers and these elderly guys that play dominoes, and this one couple, and there's a fair in the parking lot, and then it's all told from the point of view of the security guard that I think is from Australia, and he used to work in a zoo like Tiger King, but then it got closed down, or he closed it down or something, I don't know. And now he's doing mall security and also housekeeping and things like that. And he's always thinking of new ways to get more business for the mall. It's really sad, you guys. This show made me so sad. The woman that closes down her business with a flower shop. I mean, there was just like this woman that's a hairstylist in there. Like, I didn't even know Regis still exists. It's like Master Clips or something, but it says, when it closes, it says, all these stores keep on closing down. It says Regis. Do you guys remember Regis in the mall? As somebody that grew up in malls, like, when I go to the malls, like, the fashion mall is packed all the time. But you're talking about, like, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, things like that. When I go to the Castleton Mall, which is very similar to the stores in this mall, like Auntie Anne's or whatever those pretzels are, and all that kind of stuff, I mean, when I went in there to get my watches fixed with Caroline, there were literally like store after store that the gates were pulled down. And I said to the guy at the watch place, I was like, what's going on? He's like, oh, they don't come in here because there's no point until after high schools are out, because that's the only time people come in. I mean, it was like the Walking Dead mall. It was sad. And so to watch it, it brought up all this nostalgic. It made me really sad to watch that. I mean, really sad. This one domino player dies at the end of it. I don't know that I would recommend it. It was one of the most depressing documentaries I've ever seen. And I watched true crime. It was just sad. It made me so sad. This couple that's like in high school, and they're like dating, they're real happy at the fair, and then it's 6 months later or something like that, and they're graduating, and he's moving away, and he dated some other girl, and she's sad about it. And they show him. It's filmed so fantastically. I mean, the one thing I did, I loved it. I loved it, but it was depressing because they show like the couple like hugging one last time outside the doors, and then she walks away, and you can just tell she's real upset about it. It was moments like that. I actually looked up the mall afterwards. It's still thriving. There's a new store coming to the JCPenney's, and so they're fingers crossed hoping that the mall will revive itself. So I don't know. I thought I would look it up, and the mall had been closed down. I mean, there's literally like no stores left in the mall at the end. I mean, they bring in this like Christian singing group and this quartet to sing to all these like older people in there. I'm like, it was so funny because this one part, the woman that owns like the flower shop, she retires and closes her shop down. She's been there for 25 years, but she's looking through all these like newspaper clippings about the mall. And there's like this fashion show that they had at the mall, and she goes, look at these fashions. Or she has fashion something. It's real funny. But anyway, it was just real sad. It was just real sad. And these two girls, the one that's a hairstylist and like her friend, like at the beginning of it, they're sitting outside. It's like in the summer, and they're sitting outside like after the mall's closed, and they're talking about they just want to leave a mark on this world, and they're like drinking like Mellow Yellow and smoking cigarettes. I was like, this was my friends in high school. What have I done with my life? I'm still sitting in Indianapolis trying to make my mark. It was like, I'm trying to make my mark in life, drinking Mellow Yellow. You know? Anyway, I don't know. It just was so sad. It was so sad. It was so well done though, because it was about like the death of this, like, I gotta get off here, I think. Yeah, oh my God, 6:18. It was like the death of this, like, mall situation, but at the same time, this mall kind of, like, nostalgic. But at the same time, it was, like, all these, like, people's stories around it. So it was real sad. And then I went to bed and I was real sad. But then I got up and I was real happy. And now I'm going with Tawny Jean. So I'm gonna get off here now. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Tuesday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.